this is where we're live talking about stadiums. They wanted to keep the stadiums here in Jackson County, so they're proposing keeping the 3/8 cents sales tax going for 40 years. And so it's our live shot. There's the sun coming up over there. That's to the east along I-70. And yeah, so not much happened tonight. That's good. Monday, beginning of the holiday week. I got a chance to experiment during our live shot with this, and then afterwards using it as a dash cam, and especially with this remote. Wow, this remote really is something, and it worked really well. And now I'm gonna go get some hot drink of some sort. Coffee. And get a view around this place this morning. Hey, how you doing? It is a very busy week ahead of us, and I'm trying to think of what I have to do. And, I'm trying to fit in sleep in between there somewhere, but today I need to hook up this thingy bobber I got and test it out and find all the stuff for it. It's a, what do they call that? I don't know, something like a KVM extender or whatever, I don't know. It uses an Ethernet cable, and on one end is a transmitter where you plug in your video source, HDMI, then it converts it to Cat 5 cable, and then on the other end is a receiver. It goes from the Cat 5 cable back to an HDMI source. And the purpose behind it is Cat 5 can go a lot farther than traditional video cables. There's an amplifier on one end and the receiver on the other end. And I forget what it's supposed to be. I think it's like 300 meters or something. That's almost 1,000 feet. And it's supposed to be good video, no delay. We'll find out. Find out if it even works, because I found it. I didn't find it. Luke found it at Retail Rebel. He said, "Is this anything?" And I look at it and go, "I've been wanting one of those, and they usually cost you about $200 or $300 or more for those things. So to get one for $6, if it works, bonus." But the other advantage is a Cat 5 cable is a very thin cable, so you can run it across from a long distance. You can hide it easier. People won't trip over it so bad. So, yeah. And so I got to try and get that ready today, because tomorrow the kiddos are going to have their practice for their play. And while they're practicing for their play, instead of going to the coffee house like I usually do to wait for them, I'm going to go and set a lot of things up, like plug in stuff and everything, get the tripod ready, get everything plugged in, so that all I have to do this Sunday is just place things and hook them up and be done, like put the camera on the tripod and hook up the power and yada yada yada. So, and the Cat 5, I forget what they call it, Cat 5 extender or whatever it's called, is going to this camera here, the PTZ camera that we just got, right up by the right up at the altar. And I looked at the angles yesterday for it, played around with it, and I'm like, wow, this thing really gives you some good shots. And it's not in the way, it's very tiny. Although I jokingly refer to it as the Martian war machine because they put all these fancy blinky lights on it, and lights that kind of strobe on and off, wah wah wah, and people are kind of looking at it going, "What is that thing?" Because it's like this eye that keeps moving around, and it's a PTZ camera, and it just has this kind of like alien quality to it that unfortunately draws a little bit of attention to itself, and it being right up front of the church kind of makes it a. But that's the extent of it. Oh, and then in addition, I'd like to go visit Warrensburg, and I'd like to go visit Lee Summit, and do a little Xmas shopping and other preps. So very, very busy week ahead. And but I was thinking about it. How would you say it's a good thing to have this kind of activity because you know, there are a lot of people who have nothing and don't have any activities or traditions, or their traditions have all broken or whatever, and they're feeling sad and lonely for Christmas because they don't have um, Christmas obligations. That's the term for it, and it's kind of like the obligations that keep us going. So yeah, it seems like it's a pain in the butt, and sometimes you get way too busy, it gets way ahead of you, but it's better that than to be like have nothing and wish you had something to go to or whatever. So I don't do the traditional Christmas parties or anything. Oh, and speaking of which, um, my sister and her my nephews have started this thing. They call it the Fam Jam. It's a family get together, and we're squeezing that in on Saturday because Sunday, Christmas Eve, is going to be a busy day. The kids have a play and at church and altar serving, and it's going to be dedicated to that. And I'm doing the video slash live streaming. I don't know if I'm going to be doing live streaming because it wasn't working yesterday. They've unhooked. Somebody is not unhooked, but disconnected the internet to the drop that's in the middle of the church where I hook up my router. So the router was searching. Maybe it wasn't that they disconnected it. Maybe it was they changed the password. But I don't know. Somebody's, over the years, probably it's been a year since we've messed with it. And in that time, somebody has come in and made some decisions that are affecting us now. So may not be able to live stream Christmas. Probably should have paid attention to that earlier. But well, anyway. So in between all that, I'm gonna try and get some sleep. I think I got more sleep last night than I normally do on a Sunday, Monday. But so anyway, woohoo!